What's good, y'all? It's Logan. Today I'm going to be showing y'all how to make beats for Rob49. He got an upcoming album called For God 2. Really excited for that. Working to get some on his next project right now, so I've been sending a lot to him. Most of the beats that he uses have really simple, dark, ambient melodies and some crazy hard drums, 808s, hi-hats, bouncing everywhere. So that's going to be the main thing that we're focusing on today. All the sounds that I'm going to be using are from my Creative Concept Volume 1 one-shot kit with Evan with the dope beat. We got Portal Bank, Sample Pack, just everything you need to make crazy melodies, and then also melodies that you can use for your own beats. So here's a little preview of what those sound like. So that's what we're going to be using today. But now let's get into the breakdown. So this is what the full melody sounds like. So it is very simple, very ambient. So this is the first sound that I have. It's a pad called Salute from the one shot kit, and this is what it sounds like. Just the same chord repeating over and over again. After that, I added a bass. It's called the Deal Bass from the Creative Concept One Shot Kit. This is probably my favorite bass that I made. Next I have a key. Really this just acts as a pad, and there's this one suspense note here, this A sharp, that conflicts with A, so it kind of adds some tension right there. This is what the melody sounds like so far. So we kind of got a bass idea of what's going on. I wanted to add something for the high end. So I came up with this pattern right here. This is what that sounds like. And the effects on that are 3 different portals, and every portal preset that I used is from the Creative Concept Portal Bank. I layered all those together, thought it made a really cool effect. So I rendered that out, chopped it up a bit to get the first 2 bars of it, and this is what that sounds like. So I think that sounds really cool. And then I thought I needed some more in the low mids, so I added this pad here. Last thing I added was this violin, easily my favorite one from the kit. This is what that sounds like. It has a pitch bend at the end, which I think is really cool for dark loops. Gives a suspenseful tension type feeling. So this is what that pattern sounds like. Really like this melody. I've already exported it, and I'm gonna pull that into a new FLP where I'm gonna do drums. Alright, so I got the loop put up here. I did pitch it down 1 semitone, so it's in C sharp minor now. I'm gonna get into the drums. So the main thing that really sets the drums apart in Rob songs from a lot of other songs is how busy they are. And you wanna make them busy, but not too crazy to where artists can't really flow on it. So the main thing that you wanna have is crazy hi-hats, crazy 808s. Everything else is super simple. I'm gonna bring in the counter snare. Next I'm gonna add a few percs. And the reason that I add the percs early is to get a bounce to see where the hi-hats are gonna go later. I usually add the hi-hats and the 808s last because those are gonna be the craziest, and I wanna fill in the space that's left with those sounds. Also with your percs, when you have any type of melodic element in them, you need to put them in key. That's one of producers' least favorite things. I know it don't really matter to the artist, but it's something that really bugs me, man, is when people don't got their percs in key. stretch this open hat to where the snare hits, and then I'm gonna make the envelope a square. And what this does is you play it and it stops as soon as it stops playing. So when the snare hits here, the open hat is gonna stop playing. Alright, so I got the hats here. Really all I did for this was just put a couple rolls here and there, added a little one-step bounce. This is really just a 2-bar pattern. That's really it. Next I'm gonna add the 808. For this pattern, I'm actually going to make it 16 bars because I don't want this super crazy roll to be playing every 8. I feel like that would get really repetitive. So I'm going to delete this here and add a different roll. And the last thing I'm going to add is a snare roll. So I've got all the patterns here. I'm gonna do a quick recap and explain the theory behind the things that I did. Here's just the regular snare, just basic clap pattern to get everything started. Super simple. Then we got a counter snare. This is the basic counter snare pattern that I do for all of my beats. Just gives the drums a bit more bounce. Here we got this perc. You'll hear this in a lot of Boston Richey and Rob songs. It's just another thing to add more bounce and rhythm to the beat. Here we got an open hat on the 1, and all this does is it acts as a crash or a little impact for when the pattern starts. Got this open hat, again, just more bounce and rhythm. This bell is another impact sound for the 1. Next thing I added was the hi-hats. These are pretty busy, but all they do is just fill up space for the rest of the beat. Next thing I did was added the 808. And that pattern repeats again. If you give them something simple for the first like 3/4 of it and then give them something crazy for the last quarter, it creates a nice balance. And the last thing I did was a snare roll. And all that does is just transition to the next section of the beat. I'm gonna structure this out and I'll see y'all when that's done. So I got the full beat done here. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hope y'all learned something. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Piekielko. Creative Concept Volume 1 very soon. Sometime I'm recording this, it's November 8th right now. So hopefully it'll be out by the time you're seeing this. Yeah, that's really it. Stay tuned for the kit and here's the final beat. I'll see you on the next one.
What's good, Logan?